Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's continue with our series of advanced questions. Now, in this question, we need to find x plus y plus z plus p. An organic compound is given to you CxHyOZBrP, and we need to find the sum of all the coefficients, that is x plus y plus z plus p. Now, to solve this problem, we should have the understanding of few of the concepts, like we should know how to find the empirical formula. Second thing, we should know the combustion reaction of hydrocarbons. Next, we should know the application of mass percent concept, right? So, by using these concepts and by understanding how to proceed by using the given information, these three important statements, we have to solve the problem. Now, the organic compound which is given to you is CxHyOZBrP. We know every organic compound, whenever it undergoes combustion means reaction with O2, its mainstream products are CO2 and H2O. These are the two important products it give, right? Now, if the organic compound contains nitrogen, right, or we can say halogen, so an additional product will be formed, that will be halogen molecule. Here in the case of organic compound, we have bromine. So what do we get as a product? Br2. If the organic compound contains Cl, we will obtain Cl2, right? And if the organic compound contains N, nitrogen, we will obtain N2 as the final compound, final product, right? So this is the balanced chemical equation. We haven't balanced the oxygen here because it was not required to be done. But if you want to know how to balance the equation, balance the oxygen also, watch my one of the lecture where I have taught it. I will share its link. Now, what is given to us in the question? We are given the organic compound's mass. It's 1.81 gram. Statement A, read it. It says 1.81 gram of organic compound on complete combustion gives 2.64 gram of CO2 and 1.17 gram of H2O, right? And H2O is given in the liquid form. So let's say we write it here liquid, and CO2 is given in the form of gas. Now, since we are given the 1.81 gram of organic compound, I will assume that the molecular weight of organic compound is MW. This is the molecular weight. So I can write the number of moles. Number of moles of organic compound will be 1.81 upon MW. Similarly, in the case of CO2, since we are given the mass produced is 2.64 grams, we can write the number of moles of CO2, that is 2.64 upon 44. And in the similar way, we can write the number of moles of water obtained, 1.17 upon 18. Now comes the very important concept here, the principle of atom conservation. Principle of atom conservation basically says what? According to POAC, if we take any element in the chemical reaction, let's say we take the element carbon. So number of atoms of carbon on the reactant side will always be equal to the number of atoms of carbon on the product side. This is the meaning of principle of atom conservation for any element in a chemical reaction. That is, if you take any element, its number of atoms at the reactant side should be equal to the number of atoms in the product side. Now here, if you see how many moles of organic compound are there, hydrocarbon are there are 1.81 upon mw. This is the number of moles of organic compound available to us. We are applying the POAC for carbon, right? Now if you see in the reaction only, that one molecule of, or we can say one mole of hydrocarbon contains x moles of carbon, right? One mole of hydrocarbons has how many carbons? X moles of carbon. So if one contains x, then one mole contains x moles of carbon, then 1.81 upon mw moles contains how many? It will be 1.81 upon m into x. This is the number of moles of carbon here, right? Since the number of moles of carbon in the reactant side should be equal to number of moles of carbon and the product side. In the product side, you see, we are having the number of moles of CO2 as 2.64 upon 44. This is the number of moles of CO2. And if you look at the CO2 molecule, in CO2 molecule, one mole of CO2 contains one carbon, right? One mole of CO2 contains one mole of carbon. That means this much number of moles contain how many carbon? It will be 2.64 upon 44 into 1. So applying solving this problem, what do we get? We will get the ratio of x upon m. So x upon m will be 0.033. This is what we obtained as the ratio of x upon m. Similarly, we will apply this POAC for the hydrogen also. Now, if you look at the organic compound, 1 mole of hydrocarbon contains Y mole of atoms of hydrogen, right? 1 mole of hydrocarbon contains Y moles of atoms of hydrogen. So, how many total number of hydrogen atoms are there in the given amount? It will be this much number of moles into number of atoms of hydrogen. On the product side, we have water, and in one molecule of H2O, if you look at here, one molecule of H2O contains 2 moles of atoms of hydrogen, right? So in 1 mole we have 2 moles of atoms of hydrogen. Then in given amount of moles, how many it will be there? It will be this much. So by solving this one also, we will get y upon m. So y upon m will be equal to 0.071. So what do? We have this equation A, we have this equation B. We will do one thing, we will take the ratio of A and B. So when we take the ratio of A and B, we will obtain it as b x upon y is equal to 0.464. Now the question says, so this is the use of first equation, right? This first statement which is given to us, option statement A, we have used it. All the data is used. Now let's go to the option statement B. Statement B says that mass percent of oxygen in the compound is 8.84%. Since the mass percent is 8.84%, we can directly apply the formula. How do we apply it? The formula basically will be total mass of oxygen, because we are talking about the mass percent of oxygen, right? So total mass of oxygen divided by total mass of compound into 100. This is how we find the mass percent of any element in the compound. Since here the oxygen is the element we are talking about, so if you look at the hydrocarbon, it contains Z atoms of oxygen in one molecule, right? And one atom has the mass of 16, so Z has 16Z, right? One atom has mass of 16, so Z atoms will be having 16Z. So 16Z upon total mass m into 100 is equal to 8.84. So from here we will get the ratio of Z by m. So that will be, let's say, this is equation C and this is equation D. So we have obtained till now x by m, y by m, and z by m. We have obtained this equation, right? Next important thing is, since we have taken the molar mass of hydrocarbon to be m, right, or we can say mw. Let me write it here everywhere, mw, to avoid the confusion. Mw will equal to what? The hydrocarbon is CxHyOZBrP. So to write the molar weight of this hydrocarbon, I will do what? One atom mass is one atom carbon mass is 12. So 12x. One hydrogen atom is 1. So y. One oxygen atom mass is 16. So 16z plus one bromine atom mass is 80. So ATP. This is the molar mass of hydrocarbon. 12x plus y plus 16z plus ATP. I can easily put the value of x from here, right? X is what we have obtained. X upon mw is equal to 0.033. So x is equal to 0.033 into mw, right? So I have taken the value of x from the above equation, from the ratio of y from the above, the value of z from the above ratio, from z by m, and ATP is already there, right? So if we solve with this equation, we will obtain p by m. We have obtained p by m. So in a way, we have obtained all the ratios. If you look at here, we have obtained the ratio of all the elements. We have obtained x by m, we have obtained y by m, we have obtained z by m, and we have obtained p by m, right? All the ratios are there. That means x is equal to this much, y is this, z is this, and p is this. Now, what are x, y, z, and p? These are the masses of elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and bromine in the organic compound. I can say these are the given masses, or we can say mass of every element in the given hydrocarbon. Once you are given the masses here, we can easily find the relative number of moles. That is how we do, right? So relative number of moles, how do we find? Given mass upon total mass, right? 0.0055. Now what is 0.0055? 0.055 is this much. This is a value. This is a value which we have 0.0055. So what do? We take the least value, we take the least value and we divide it with the all the values. So what is the least value here? The least value here is 0.0055. We will divide all the values with the least value and we will obtain the relative number of moles, right? These are the relative number of moles of each value, correct? So if you see, for carbon it is 6, for hydrogen it is 13, for oxygen it is 1, and for bromine it is 1. So x, y, z, and p, their values come out to be how much? 6, 13, 1, and 1. And that is what the question is asking from us, their sum. So when you do the sum of it, we will obtain as 21. So the final answer is obtained to be 21. So it is a detailed solution, elaborative solution of this question. If you have a shortcut, you can easily apply, but to have the proper understanding and application of each and every concept used here, we can go through this detailed problem, right? So in this way, we can solve all the problems related to the empirical formula and general ways of finding the formula of hydrocarbon, where a hydrocarbon formula is given in the terms of CXHY, or if nitrogen is given, or if any halogen is given also. So I hope you understood the problem. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Have a nice day.